Have you ever noticed that the loudest person in the room is rarely the most powerful? True authority does not need to shout for attention. Instead of fighting to be heard, quiet power acts like a magnet. It pulls people toward you, commanding immediate respect without a single spoken word. How exactly do they achieve this? Let us break down the nonverbal mechanics of dominance, starting with the physical architecture of the space around you. High-status individuals instinctively claim territory. They sit with relaxed shoulders, leave their arms uncrossed, and occupy a larger physical footprint to project complete comfort. This principle applies when standing, too. Powerful individuals keep their feet firmly planted shoulder-width apart and resist the urge to physically shrink their bodies in crowds. The next nonverbal tool is the power of the pause. When asked a difficult question, ordinary people quickly rush to fill the silence with nervous chatter. Taking a deliberate 2-second breath before responding signals immense emotional control. It clearly tells the room that you dictate the pacing of the interaction, not them. Once you master the pause, you must carefully master your gaze. Holding steady, relaxed eye contact builds an invisible bridge of mutual respect and silent authority. Have you ever noticed how people in a rush often appear stressed or subservient? Moving too quickly signals to others that your time is not your own. True authority is projected through deliberate, measured movements. When you move at your own pace, you silently communicate that you are fully in control of your environment. Your face tells a story before you even speak. Constantly reacting with nervous smiles or shifting micro-expressions instantly diminishes your perceived power and groundedness. Replace those nervous reactions with a calm, unbothered baseline. A neutral expression creates an aura of mystery and shows that you are not easily shaken. In any conversation, people subconsciously mirror each other's body language. This natural instinct builds rapport, but it also creates a loop of reactive behavior. To command respect, you must break this automatic loop. When someone else becomes agitated or animated, resist the urge to match their erratic energy. Instead of following their lead, consciously establish your own steady rhythm. By remaining physically grounded and still, you become the emotional anchor of the entire interaction. Eventually, the other person will recalibrate and begin to naturally mirror your tranquility. This subtle shift non-verbally establishes you as the true, silent leader of the dynamic. Nervous habits instantly drain your silent authority. Fidgeting with objects or wringing your hands broadcast internal anxiety to everyone watching. True confidence requires absolute physical stillness. Replace erratic motions with deliberate, purposeful gestures. When you do move your hands, keep your palms open and your motions smooth. This projects absolute certainty. Open palms naturally disarm hostility and signal that you have nothing to hide. Using the classic hand steeple also demonstrates focused intelligence without appearing aggressive. Keep your hand movements below your collarbone. Gesturing lower on your body anchors your presence, making you appear grounded, composed, and entirely in control. Stillness commands attention, but how you move through space seals the impression. The walk of authority is a moving display of your silent, unshakable power. A confident stride relies on a grounded, measured pace. Avoid short, anxious steps or exaggerated lunges, opting instead for a smooth, rhythmic cadence that shows intent. Your upper body mechanics instantly reveal your internal state. Keep your chest open and your shoulders pulled slightly back to physically project unshakable self-assurance to the room. Never drop your gaze to the floor while moving. Keeping your chin parallel to the ground and your eyes focused forward signals that you own the environment. Let us put these mechanics to the test by examining the ultimate power move. Entering a crowded room is your first opportunity to establish wordless authority. High-status individuals do not rush inside immediately. They pause for a fraction of a second at the doorway to calmly scan the environment and claim the space. When you face an interruption, your physical reaction dictates who holds the power. Do not flinch or react instantly to unexpected noise or sudden movements. Instead of snapping your neck, turn your head and torso slowly as a single unit. This deliberate movement proves that you cannot be startled into submission. When faced with direct confrontation, the amateur instinct is to match the aggressor's high energy. True power lies in doing the exact opposite. Remain perfectly still. While the other person wastes energy being loud, your physical stillness acts as an impenetrable shield that absorbs their momentum. If you do not immediately respond to an emotional outburst, the silence becomes uncomfortable. They will often start over-explaining, slowly dismantling their own argument. This silent dominance extends to where you sit. When at a table, deliberately place your personal items outward to claim a larger horizontal footprint. Eagerness often manifests as leaning too far forward. By simply leaning back into your chair while others speak, you project the image of an evaluator. Replace nervous self-soothing habits with the steeple gesture. Lightly touching your fingertips together while listening demonstrates high intellectual confidence without ever requiring a single word. Great job on the report. Thank you. When receiving praise, resist the urge to nervously deflect or over-explain. Simply hold steady eye contact and offer a slow, deliberate nod of graceful acknowledgement. Ending an interaction on your own terms is a massive display of value. Stand up smoothly, offer a final polite nod, and walk away without making unnecessary apologies. Your departure leaves a lasting impression that amplifies your presence even in your absence. This nonverbal consistency creates a powerful ripple effect across all your professional relationships.
Knowing these psychological triggers is useless without real-world practice. It is time to implement these strategies into your daily routine and observe the immediate shift in dynamics.
For your next interaction today, try the 24-hour silence test. Commit to inserting a deliberate 3-second pause before answering any question directed your way. I see a 3-second pause. At first, this manufactured silence will feel incredibly awkward and uncomfortable. However, leaning into that discomfort is the exact mechanism that builds true, unshakable internal confidence. Once you master these subtle mechanics, your very presence becomes an undeniable statement. You will naturally command any room you enter without ever needing to raise your voice. Remember, true power is never about being the loudest person in the room. It is entirely about being the most grounded. Start practicing today and watch the world respond.